Don't miss in 26. Check out the highlights for New Comic Book Day March 11th, 2026. The Absolute Universe is back with multiple printings for you to catch up. Vertigo's Bleeding Heart returns with issue number 2. Black Label has Siren's Love Hurts. Alias debuts with a Red Band miniseries. From the pages of Imperial comes Hickman's Imperial Guardians. The X-Men unite in a new series and Spider-Man has meals to astonish. A depraved island, a group of kidnapped actresses, and a deranged warden arrive in Tigress Island number 1. The biggest hit of the new year hits the rack again for Dork number 2. And the world of Transformers will never be the same. Do not miss this issue. Usagi Yojimbo jumps forward to 1984 in a new number 1. From the movie Quiet Place comes the problematic tale of avoidance in Storm Warning. We continue to fight possession when the Exorcism series comes to Buckingham Palace with its debut issue. Get what you want, and more, at iwantmorecomics.com.
Tuesday Fun Day.
Hello and welcome for
It's
another episode of Hype.
It's the Keith and Richie on 8 times a week, I guess now.
Yeah, yep.
Feels like that's all we do. Right?
We're almost a syndicated show, man.
If we're not running a show, we're getting ready for a show. That's
That's correct. Yes.
the research, the looking, all the fun stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Tuesday, so Tuesday means it's the half-hour hype, new releases, all of them available on the website currently this moment out there for you. Join us at iwantmorecomics.com. Use the buttons at the top. Hit shop at new releases this week. You will end up at the same spot that I am in driving here. And then we can just take this half hour to highlight a couple pieces and talk about the good and the maybe you should considers.
That's absolutely true. There's a bunch of them out here. I don't have them in any semblance of order, so it's going to be a fun run around. We can talk about a couple I know that got delayed. Or we can, you know what, we should probably jump into the one that I know I missed talking about in our FOC show. So we do have a final orders due show where I try to present as many number 1s as we possibly can, so everybody's kind of aware of new number 1s that come out. One that I did not get to, we ran out of time for this guy, but has started to spike a bit and is gaining interest all over, is 51 number 1 from Mad Cave Studios. This is Kurt Pyers on it.
I'm not 100% sure we didn't talk about it.
I'm looking at the synopsis. I will tell you that I'm not positive I missed it either, because I do remember talking about this.
I think we spoke about it lightly. I don't think we knew a lot about it at the time.
Yeah, but we did know it was going to be Area 51 secrets kind of leaking out into the real world, based off of President Screw Up, and then carnage ensues. So now there are people looking for these items and artifacts from Area 51. The premise is great, and it's not really shocking that it's kind of sparked the interest of the masses. So this one is the one to pick up, and I believe they will go fast. If you're interested, I'd jump on it now, as they are available as we're talking.
I think we've got definitely less than 5, and it may be down to 2 or 3 that are left at this point in time.
Correct.
So they have been going all afternoon. It is marked up now to $15, but that's pretty competitive to where some of the eBay sales have been. It's available now, and if you are just looking for the story, I do think it has a high chance that Mad Cave will come back with second prints. We'll bring that up in a future FOC show and be able to get you in at regular cover price for those. But even at that, regular cover price on this book, because it's a large book, is $6.99.
Right.
So it's not skyrocketed yet. It's just a little bit over double.
With that, we'll move over to the other big hot one, which we were very aware of that was going to come down the pipe from Image Comics. We have Tigress Island number 1. This is going to be kind of like Lost meets Squid Games meets Sexploitation. Like, it's a bunch of failed actresses that get kidnapped and placed on an island with a deranged warden that makes them participate in the rules and requirements of her shady continent. I flipped through it, had some interesting pages in there that I didn't see coming, and I think it will continue to grow in interest.
Yeah, they this one down here, the Luana Vecchio, is
Mhm.
a black bag variant.
Yes.
So that one's hidden away on the rack and all this, but we do have limited copies of all of these left. We had people had picked it up at FOC, and now they've been picking it up this afternoon since it went live on the site. So
Mhm.
it is definitely the it girl of the week.
Agreed, especially from Image, who's had It Girls basically every week this month.
Mhm.
So I didn't want to miss talking about that. Over at Keen Spot, we have a comic that was actually pushed by a week. Tim Seeley, hack and slash character Lucky gets a special. This is a oversized book, which is where the name Super Thick Lucky's Tales comes from. 48 pages, all for $7.99 for the character that captured the most interest from Hack and Slash. They're all one-shot tales, kind of an anthology. Also features a poster.
Nice.
Through that. From there, we can go to IDW and discuss Quiet Place, Storm Warning. This is from the movie verse, A Quiet Place. This is a cut off island that kind of decided to bunker down and hide themselves from all the going ons of that are kind of awful in the movies. And now the time has come where they have to deal with it regardless of hiding. So it's going to have a lot of action. I think if you're interested in that, this is now available on our rec.
The Dave Johnson. I tried to make it DWJ there, but it's not. Dave Johnson foil variant on that is very striking. Looks really well for that.
Mhm.
And then staying with IDW, we have another horror-ish tale hanging out
Yes.
there where we're going to the Exorcism at Buckingham Palace now.
Yes. Hannah Rose May has been doing this series. You might remember Exorcism at 1600 Street, Penn Street. This is going to be along that same series and kind of going further back with the possession of countries.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just sliding over while we're talking. Let's move over to Ignition Press and talk about one I think is kind of fun. Ignition Press has a new #1 this week from Jim McCain that is basically an opposites attract story. It's called The Other Half. One half of the relationship is a gritty detective, the other is a posh socialite. The gritty detective finds his way into some serious trouble, and the posh socialite kind of has to use the relationship tools that he's learned through osmosis and just being with his partner to try and attempt to find them. It also features a plucky cat character that they have. I think it's going to be a fun jaunt. It starts this week from Ignition Press.
I'm going to jump to the chat here. Nam asked, was the price of Tiger Side and Black Bag race from FOC? Nam, it both was, and what a setup there for you to help us promote the FOC because you ordered it at FOC, so your price was not raised on it, and it is in the box for you at the price that it was originally at FOC, which I believe was $9.99, and I think it's now $15 or $20, something like that. But that's the advantage of ordering early.
Agreed. We can slide over to Dark Horse Comics, where we have a new Usagi Yojimbo, Usagi Yojimbo Kaito, 84. This is the bloodline of Usagi that has traveled centuries and now is in 1984. The ancestor's legacy is still kind of like stoic and talked about. And this is the story, a part of 5-part miniseries that continues the legacy of.
two great variant options on this. You've got the
They are
Stand
so
By.
good.
It's there, but this totally Miami Vice looking Jim Rugg variant is just so strong.
Agreed. We have a quick mention from IDW again. Godzilla versus America is continuing on with 4 new states. Portland will be the next battle he has. For those of you that were on Godzilla versus America in the previous iteration, you're already tied to this through our portal system. If you would like it, go ahead and grab it up now because these are one-shots and they don't really continue outside of being Godzilla versus America.
Right next to it this week, we have limited quantities here of the hardcover editions of the past issues: Boston, Chicago,
Yes.
Kansas City, and Los Angeles. These are $12.99 hardcovers that are the collection. Well, it's not even a collection; it's just a reprint of the individual issue for those.
Moving towards Mad Cave Studios, we have a special Dick Tracy one-shot that is going to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day. It's basically going to be your, wacky pulp detective story featuring our Private Dick in yellow. I think it's going to be good. If you're on Dick Tracy the Ongoing, you are already pulled from this on the portal.
There you go.
And then we have a few really good number ones releasing from Marvel that we got to talk about. We will start with Dan Abnett's continuation from Hickman's Imperial called Imperial Guardians. There's a bunch of new people that are considered the Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is our new space team protecting us. I think it's going to have a lot of unique storytelling. With Dan Abnett at the helm, you are completely protected, especially when it comes to space opera and team building. I think this one's going to be underappreciated and overly talked about.
Yeah, good hands on this one. And if you see that cast of characters that is on the main cover here, you can kind of get a good flavor for who's involved with this. And it is definitely people that have not had a lot of interaction with each other before. So it will have some interesting occurrences inside of it to see where this team fits together.
Agreed. You can help me with this one because I remember there's a little bit more to it than just a typical one-shot. Spider-Man Meals to Astonish drops, and I remember this being extended for reasons outside of Marvel, and this is actually got incredible cover A artwork from Mike Mignola.
Yeah, so originally this was just called Meals to Astonish. It wasn't branded necessarily Spider-Man. It looks like that there's been some editorial focus on this that does get very specific there and potentially sets us up for additional one-shots coming down the pipe. We don't have any of it announced yet, but, it's just kind of one of those branding as to how they do this type of stuff. Meals to Astonish, of course, is a little bit of a nod to Tales to Astonish long ago. And constantly in the Marvel Mythos series there. But this is a kind of a vignette type book with several different people contributing and then different characters with different stories going on.
Yeah, and I think it includes the popular test kitchen from the web pages, and then they added more to it with original storytelling as well. So it's not just a reprint like you see typically from the Infinity reboots. This has more stuff with various creators.
Yeah.
Next up, we have X-Men United dropping. This is combining both the schools together, starting to work together. They've been separated for a bit. Uncanny and X-Men now kind of bleeding together in one congruent comic book. A ton of really cool talent on here with the variants. I don't know if I have a favorite or not. But genuinely, I think that this one's going to be fun for our X-Men fans.
The main cover is, I can't remember, it's technically the left or the right here.
Yeah, I think it's the left. We decided. I can't remember.
But each one of these is available separately here. You do have the whole team lineup on that. So we've got extras of that in there in case people want the entire shot for that from the Caselli cover. But as you brought up here, you can turn around and see some amazing covers. A heavy focus towards Emma, who is obviously first foremost and up front in this storyline. And always a good Scotty Young to have next to you there and all this, especially kind of making fun of the smart version of Wolverine there.
Yes, I do like the Professor Wolverine. And then one I'm very excited about is Alias Red Band. Sam Humphries taking over, a stunning David Mack cover to put a cherry on top for the A cover. This is the return of Jessica Jones. I think Jessica deserves a Red Band treatment. I'm hoping it will lead to ongoing series like Punisher and Wolverine before her. And with the involvement of her coming back in the show this month, I think that we're in for a little resurgence of Alias and Jessica Jones.
A reminder of why you appreciate the character kind of thing. Also, really fun stuff there where we're seeing, obviously, Typhoid Mary is going to be part of this on the Casa Grande. And then Vecchio has got just this really kind of fun book there.
That is creepy. That brings my conclusion to number ones, but there are a few... there's a facsimile I wanted to talk about over at Image Comics and want to make sure that nobody screws this up the way my staff and I did. So if you just gaze it quickly, you will think, oh, there's two covers that are exactly the same. But that is not true. There is a foil reprint with Cory Walker. But the other one is actually appears to be the show.
So this is the Cory Walker. You can see kind of head position is really kind of the big tip off on this one here.
That, and I think you'll see them filled out with the cheeks a little bit more. There's a shadow also that's different.
Yep. So this one here is just a little difference there. You'll note a little bit.
But you will want to look at it to make sure you get the one you want. I think one is more representing season 4 of Invincible dropping this month, whereas the other is referencing the actual variant facsimile from the first comic book.
Yep.
And then of course that awesome variant as well.
Yep. Otley never misses on that.
You can't pull that.
While we're here with Invincible,
go ahead.
Let's hit up that our nice little Invincible monthly cover themes.
Mm-hmm.
We have 8 of them out this week.
One being the very famous Dork that has dropped. Dork number 2 will be on the rack this week, featuring one of those Invincible crossovers that Keith was talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, you just look at the blast between this where you've got, Witchblade characters, fighting Transformers, everywhere. There's a little bit of fun going on. I am a little partial to that dye-loaded one because I just like how they used Adam Eve and kept into the dye feeling of the covers. So really, really solid for that.
Agreed. I want to stay with Image for one more discussion piece that may be a little under the radar. Without spoiling anything, I know that Keith and Sean kind of jumped into a meeting with the folks over at Image and Kirkman and Dan Mora and such about Transformers, and what they talked about was issue number 30. There's a big shift and change in the world of Void Rivals, in the world of Transformers, and something that I don't think's ever been done comparatively, especially in a continuity sense. And I don't think you're going to want to miss this comic book.
This is a big monumental story plot shift. There is a lot going on here. And it just kind of goes to show the same way that they've treated Transformers all the way back to issue 1 on this in the Energon universe, is that this is not just telling a tale that you already know about Transformers. This is giving it real meat and potatoes to new story, new content, focusing on different characters, focusing on changing the status of things up. And you can see here between all your covers, there is focus among 3 different characters there that are very, very big deal type stuff to going on inside the story. And if you know from the beginning of this, like Megatron's, where Megatron's been, where Optimus has been, where all the Transformers, the Autobots, and Decepticons, this evolves the story so well. So there is a lot here, and this is being seen as a big jumping on point, a big story shift, a big talking point, an oh wow kind of moment. So pick and get in now so that you could turn around and say that you were cool and you were always there. But having it available, there are some major reprints here also. 24 and 25 get third prints. And there are 10 different printings of the 10th print of number 2, celebrating it going back to print again, including a couple of them have gold foil covers. So take a look through all of that, see what you are interested in, and see if any of them need to make it into your collection.
From there, I have, since you mentioned facsimiles, second printings, that is. Let's chat about some second printings. DC Comics has a couple of second printings. One of which I'm going to jump over and skip is Detective Comics 475, which has Steve Englehart's Joker Fish. I think it's incredible. It's one of my favorite stories of all time. I would suggest grabbing that up and keeping it in your collection. And then from there, there's about 3.5 pages of absolute second printings.
So if you have not had a complete run of absolute Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman, now is your time to get the singles that you're looking for. Grab them in anywhere from 11th print, I think, on number 1s, all the way
on number 1. Yep.
Seconds and thirds across there. Plus, I believe there is one of the seconds this week is the first time in reprint. I believe it's a Batman. Am I right there? I know. Don't get lost in the middle. Batman 18 is new this week.
Yes, thank you for calling that out.
Green Lantern 12.
Yeah, we do have some new Absolute Universe dropping as well. It can get a little cloudy in the goal is to get everyone to be able to read it, and that I support, but I don't want you to lose track of the new stuff that's coming out as well. But if you're missing the first time, Batman met Commissioner Gordon or Alfred or Bane, or the first time Catwoman used her P9, or the time that Batman escaped Arkham, or what Bane did to Batman's friends, now you can catch up and find out all of that stuff. This week, you can buy and catch up on everything.
We should also have most trades in stock at this point in time, too, if you're more of a trade reader on that. So options abound for you to be able to catch up and read into all of that.
One more thing. Actually, I have 2 more things in DC because I didn't have a ton to talk about with new stuff. So I wanted to bring up a couple variants I think are awesome. DC AEW. This is for wrestling fans, but Tony Storm and Wonder Woman are featured in the variant, which is pretty great. If you're a fan of that, it's a little niche, but I wanted to point it out. And then over at Sirens Love Hurts, you can actually see the second issue of that connecting cover I talked about last month. And it's one of my, I think the soft colors and things like that draw your eye to it Tula Lute did something special with that this connecting cover. So don't miss out on that either. More awesome variants to go through. Keen Spot and Mark Spears, the man who can do no wrong, has Monsters number 9 that drops this week.
4 different covers to choose from there.
And over at Marvel Comics, I thought we'd take a look at the Black Cat variants.
Always.
The cover A, Adam Hughes, I think, is doing another classic run of A covers that are going to be hunted in the next decade. I just foresee it. I can see the future of people wanting to get a hold of all of these ones, regardless of their thoughts on Venom, Mary Jane. I think that these covers are superseding that problem.
Karen Andrews also on this.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
I did want to look at these variants for a minute because they are very, very good.
Striking there. The Savage. For the Unstoppable Black Cat, this is a Doom related. And Baldari's look here is amazing.
Yeah. Like, they're just all very, very well done. So, over at Bad Idea, I wanted to bring attention to Ordained number 2 dropping. This is a potential show that's being greenlit, and Robert Venditti has been writing it. It was really well received. It's kind of a priest that has a pretty dark past and has to kind of do some nasty things to survive. And I think it's right for great storytelling, and the $5.99 price point. You get a lot of comic book for that $5.99 over at Bad Idea. So
we're going to have up on this weekend's FOC issue 0 for this. So there's a prequel.
Oh, like a prequel? Nice.
Yep. We'll be turning around and taking orders for this weekend. So it is up already on the website, and it will be turned on and be part of our show for Sunday.
Excellent. Another printing I wanted to talk about was for my Something is Killing the Children fans. From Boom Entertainment, we have our 10th printing of number 1. They have a ton of great variants, including a foil stamped version. So if you've been missing out on it, because that comic has shot up quite a bit now. So a really nice way to get yourself a number 1 on the low would be its fantastic 10th printing.
Yep.
To keep yourself there.
Mm-hmm.
That is everything I brought to today's hype. There is lots of other stuff like Archie and the Army of Darkness. With the news of Bruce Campbell's cancer, I think this comic is going to mean more to me than it should have in the first place. Vertigo has Bleeding Hearts. Its second issue, a lot of people really enjoyed that. There's a lot going on this week, and I hope you can find the things that you really enjoy.
I want to bring up here Comics and Magazine number 1.
Thank you. Yes.
Rack this week. This is a magazine specifically about things that are going on in our hobby. It should be fun and entertaining to anyone who is into books. They are kicking it off big here with a story with Nick Dragotta, Scott Snyder, and others about Absolute Batman. If you guys have never heard of him, maybe you'll learn a little bit here. This is a $2.99 book. It is fantastic value for that. We also get a little bit of a deal for them right now. So for issues 1, 2, and 3 right now, for hold slots that are in good standing, you will get issues 1, 2, and 3 for free.
Nice.
So if you are looking for additional copies, please order those at FOC to turn around and get that in. But everybody's included in one copy for their hold slot, along with the monthly catalogs is what we're including. So this will be part of your box. Come in and see it, grab it, and check it out. So this is done by some friends of mine, people I know that for a long time have sold us comics and all this, are now taking a stab at doing something that's really pro the comic industry, the shops, and our hobby. So give it a read and see what you like in there. It is the type of book that you can kind of browse through and read a couple articles. And
Is this the one that's going to have the Chew in it? The new
this
Chew?
does have an original content of Chew by Layman and Gilroy is
Awesome.
back now on a monthly basis for at least a couple issues here. So they're going to have stuff in for this. $2.99. It's a steal. So
Agreed.
you should try issue number 1. There's going to be a lot of it out there, so don't think of it as the one that is going to spike up to $1 million. But I think that you get way more value than the $3 that you spend in getting it.
Awesome. Well, that concludes our time for today. Hopefully, you guys have grabbed the things you need, and if not, we will see you tomorrow morning. And come join me physically in the store. I'll be here, bright and bushy-tailed, ready to sling some comic books.
We will be back at things again tomorrow night, 5:30. Join us on all of our channels for the weekly stream sale. And then me and Richie start this whole circus all over again Sunday night with our final order cutoff show and get you the information of the books before they've already exploded and keep you up to date with that. So thank you, one. Thank you all. And we will turn around and see you again.
Bye.
Don't miss in 26. Check out the highlights for New Comic Book Day, March 11th, 2026. The Absolute Universe is back with multiple printings for you to catch up. Vertigo's Bleeding Heart returns with issue number 2. Black Label has Siren's Love Hurts. Alias debuts with a Red Band miniseries. From the pages of Imperial comes Hickman's Imperial Guardians. The X-Men unite in a new series and Spider-Man has meals to astonish. A depraved island, a group of kidnapped actresses, and a deranged warden arrive in Tigress Island number 1. The biggest hit of the new year hits the rack again for Dork number 2. And the world of Transformers will never be the same. Do not miss this issue. Usagi Yojimbo jumps forward to 1984 in a new number 1. From the movie Quiet Place comes the problematic tale of avoidance in Storm Warning. We continue to fight possession when the Exorcism series comes to Buckingham Palace with its debut issue. Get what you want, and more, at iwantmorecomics.com.